Los Angeles Lakers boast of 3 NBA titles this decade, as do the Boston Celtics. But it's been 18 years since anyone can claim 2 in a row. It was Boston then, and it's Boston now shooting for that mark. And once again, the last hurdle is their old friends from L.A. The Lakers danced their way to the finals with a flamboyant attack featuring the best choreography in basketball. They were healthy, happy, and clearly the team to beat. Meanwhile, the battered Celtics endured a seemingly endless series of wars back east. Drained by fatigue and devastated with injuries, the proud champions rose from the ashes in an inspiring display of courage. Now, they bring those scars to the biggest battle of all, the NBA Finals. It's that time of year, and tonight a new chapter unfolds in one of the sport's classic rivalries. It's the Lakers and the Celtics tangling again. Sports fans in this sprawling metropolis have frequently been portrayed as blasé, even laid back, if you will. But one team has turned this all around. It is the pro basketball team that plays inside the Forum here in Inglewood, California. The Los Angeles Lakers are shooting for their 4th championship in this decade, and they have turned on Southern California like no team in recent memory. CBS Sports welcomes you to the 1987 NBA Finals. We are ready for round 1. The defending champion Boston Celtics against the Los Angeles Lakers from the Forum. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Brent Musburger. I guess it's sort of like inviting 2 very good and familiar friends back to the championship, the Lakers and the Celtics, and I couldn't help but think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as he checked into work here earlier this evening. Here's a man at the age of 40, still at the peak of his career, coming for his 8th NBA final. Meanwhile, over in that Celtic locker room, that young man right there, Connor Henry, he was 7 years old when Kareem first played in the National Basketball Association with the Milwaukee Bucks. How dominant have these 2 franchises been in the National Basketball Association? Well, they have played for the title 40 times, and either the Lakers or the Celtics, well, they have won it a total of 25 times. Now let's get down to the 2 gentlemen who are going to call the action for you in this year's final, Dick Stockton and Tommy Heinsohn. Dick?
Thank you very much, Brent. This is really not your typical L.A.-Boston matchup, because for the first time in that recent rivalry, we have a clear-cut favorite, and that's the Lakers. In fact, L.A. has really been the team to beat this year ever since they beat a healthy Boston Celtic team twice in the regular season. That's where we stand going in. Tommy, one aspect of this series going in is the fact that the Lakers have had 8 days of a layoff after eliminating Seattle, and Boston has really been continuing playing, even though they have struggled to win 2 series.
Well, timing is so crucial for any team that wants to upbeat and up-tempo the game. And it really shows itself in how crisp the passing is and how on target they are. I think Pat Riley knows how to deal with that. They should be well into this series. The extra couple of days off really allowed the Celtics to get their heads out of one series and into this series. I think they'll be ready.
All right, the walking wounded continue for the Celtics, but their big problem, how are they going to offset the tremendous speed advantage that the Lakers have?
It's going to be a delay the advance of the ball any way you can. It's going to require Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale to really exert some sprinting effort getting back on defense. And Larry Bird has to play really smart, knowing when to rebound and when to get back.
You know, Tommy, a lot of people didn't think the Celtics would get even this far. In fact, history will show us that those teams that have had to play back-to-back 7-game series to get to the finals have had a very short time in the finals. Of course, you notice this is the first time the Celtics have been there. But basically, Brent, it's long odds for the Boston Celtics all the way around.
Well, indeed, those odds are very long, Dick, because over in Las Vegas, the Lakers have been installed as a 10-point favorite in Game 1. Never in recent memory can I recall a Celtic team ever being a 10-point underdog in a championship game. Of course, you should remember that in Las Vegas, Marvin Hagler was installed as a prohibitive choice over Sugar Ray Leonard, and we all know what happened that night. So the drama begins to unfold here at the Forum in Inglewood. Coming up, it'll be Game 1 between the Celtics and the Lakers.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1987 NBA Finals is sponsored by Miller Genuine Draft, cold filtered draft beer. It's as real as it gets. Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Allstate. Leave it to the good hands, people, to ensure your home, your car, or your family. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We're back at the Forum, and right now, let's go over to the public address announcer, Lawrence Tanner, for the introduction of this evening's starting lineup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 1 of the 1987 NBA Finals. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference champions, the Boston Celtics. At guard in his 6th season from Brigham Young, number 44, Danny Ainge. Also at guard in his 11th season from Pepperdine, number 3, Dennis Johnson. At center in his 11th season from Centenary, 00, Robert Parrish. At forward in his 7th season from Minnesota, number 32, Kevin McHale. And at forward in his 8th season from Indiana State, number 33, Larry Bird. The head coach for Boston in his 4th season is K.C. Jones. And now let's meet the 1987 Western Conference champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. At forward in his 5th season from North Carolina, number 42, James Worthy. Also at forward in his 2nd season from Oregon State, number 45, A.C. Green. At guard in his 4th season from Arizona State, number 4, Byron Scott. At guard in his 8th season from Michigan State, number 32, Irvin Magic Johnson. And at center in his 18th season from UCLA, the captain, number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The head coach for the Lakers in his 6th season, Pat Riley.
This has indeed been a storied rivalry, as Brent touched on at the top of the program. Amazingly, 25 of 40 NBA titles won by one of these teams. The Celtics have dominated the series, and the last time and the only time the Lakers won was in '85. And ironically enough, Tommy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who we saw come on in tonight, said that the idea of the rivalry with the Boston Celtics ended with that '85 Laker triumph. He said the coast was dead at Boston Garden. I don't know if that's the case.
Well, I think the Celtics kind of felt the same way last year when the Lakers were knocked out by the Rockets, and they thought that Kareem probably would not be able to play anymore, and yet here the both of them are.
The officials for tonight's first game are Jake O'Donnell and Hugh Evans, and Jess Kersey will work as the alternate. So the Lakers in their gold uniforms and the Celtics in green, getting set to go in the Forum. First time in 10 years the Celtics have not had a home court edge in a playoff series. 4 out of 7 underway, Boston ball.
Boston, Dick, has to really intelligently cover for their lack of speed. They got to move the ball around in their offense, a lot of passes, and good shot selection.
Parrish has a shot kicked away by Kareem, and here are the Lakers on the run. Scott. And there's going to be offensive interference called against the Lakers. So you saw the fast break, and you saw Robert Parrish, who K.C. Jones said is going to figure a lot in the offense inside.
He really has to have a good offensive series, and so does Kevin McHale.
Larry Bird handling the ball for the first time. And Magic and Kareem very nearly gave the Celtics a 2-0 lead. Magic Johnson. And Bird the rebound. Bird was the leading rebounder against the Lakers in the regular season. Dennis Johnson. Still no score with nearly a minute gone by. Magic penetrates. And Worthy tries to stuff it in, and it's going to be a Laker foul, the first foul of the ball game.
The Lakers are the perfect team with talent and style to zero in on Boston's weaknesses, which is no speed and not a lot of using of the bench.
Danny Ainge, who missed 3 games in the last series with a sprained right knee, he's heavily taped. And Dennis Johnson, who's just been simply exhausted and fatigued with the ball. Magic is on Dennis Johnson. McHale looking for position, and they're going to call the foul on McHale. So the foul on McHale after Green picked up the first foul at the other end for the Lakers.
That's going to be a tough matchup for Green if Kevin McHale is 100% healthy, which I don't believe he is.
But here they are in the game. Kareem with a short hook over Parrish. And it's 2-0. Inside quickly to Kevin McHale. A block by Abdul-Jabbar. And here's the fast break. Magic. And Scott saves it nicely for Worthy.
They get 3 men out so fast on the fast break. And Larry Bird is really the key guy. He has got to know when to go for the rebound and when to get back. And they've got to block Worthy off the boards. Kevin McHale, short. And here they come again. Scott 3-on-2, takes it all the way. And the Lakers get back quickly, defensively. Timeout, Boston. You're going to see when a forward is up on the top of the defense, as will happen a lot, A.C. Green will have an opportunity to come up right from here. Over here is Byron Scott, who comes in, gets the rebound, and then makes the hard push up the court. And as soon as they get possession of the ball, they're off and running. 3 men on the fast break. Worthy to the right of your screen. Now you're going to see confusion on the part of the Boston Celtics. They forget about Byron Scott. They're worried about the wingmen. And there's Byron Scott slipping through for a layup. You've got to play better defense than that to stop the Lakers,
who already have 4 fast breaks and 4 points off of it. Meanwhile, the Celtics looking for their first basket are 0 for 5 from the field. Robert Parrish with a wild shot. Kareem really doing a terrific inside defensive job. And Magic Johnson gets the basket in the foul, and the beat goes on early here in the Forum. The first thing you've got to do to stop the fast break, Dick, is get over the rebounder. Try and make him delay the ball, the outlet pass. That is very hard if Kareem gets the rebound or the ball is already in Magic's hands. They start the fast break then. Dennis Johnson on the personal foul. And Magic Johnson, who accepted and responded to Pat Riley's call to score more this year, led the Lakers in scoring. And it's now 9-0, an arousing start for L.A. We have a little more than 9 minutes remaining in the first period. McHale against A.C. Green. And finally, the Celtics are on the board with nearly 3 minutes gone by. What a pass from Magic to Green. He didn't make the layup, but a sensational bounce pass inside. Green was way in front of McHale on that thrust up the court. Parrish finds an opening. And the basket good and a foul, and Robert Parrish, who, by the way, is playing on a sprained ankle, hobbling. He had to come out of the game twice against Detroit. Basically, the Celtics are hobbling, and Parrish has to go against the 16-year veteran. But the matchup, the 2 big guys of the Celtics against the 2 big guys of the Lakers, it's going to make the Celtics feel like they got let out of jail because they were battling for position against a lot of wide bodies. The Lakers don't have wide bodies. Kareem waiting at the other end. Has 4 points after picking up his first personal foul, and it's 11-5 in favor of L.A. The Lakers scored the first 9 in the game. Worthy nearly picked it off. And they were great in the Seattle series, picking off balls from one side to the other. Parrish goes inside on Kareem. Robert Parrish now has 5 of the 7 Celtic points. So indeed, he's involved more in the offense in this game. Magic Johnson comes back, and he has 5. They're backing way into the paint, and they're giving any kind of 18-foot shot to the Lakers. Setting a screen is Parrish, and Dennis Johnson missing. The rebound is by Byron Scott. Celtics quickly turn tail and head up court against the pressure. Scott scores anyway.
Nobody is delaying the advance of the ball by the Celtics.
Bird scoops it in, and is there any way Larry Bird can't get a shot in after what we've seen in the prior series? Magic quickly back. But this is not to the Celtics' advantage. This is a run-and-shoot game, and the higher the score, the more that's to the Lakers' favor.
This is a shooting gallery right now as far as the Lakers are concerned. No semblance of fast break defense by the Celtics.
Harris gets it inside, good position, and scores his 7th point. But basically, they're going back and forth, and the Celtics will wear out early if this keeps up. Magic hits another, and he's got 9, and he has hit his last 4.
He's getting anywhere he wants to go, Dick. Nobody's getting to him by half court.
19-11. Under 7 minutes to go, and Ainge forced the pass in the middle of Green. It's a 3-on-2 break, and AC Green misses. He's the only Laker yet to score. The Celtics coming back 3-on-1 to McHale, who gets the basket.
Parrish and McHale never got up past half court.
Byron Scott missing, and Magic gets the rebound against Bird. And Worthy scoops in. Tommy, if Casey Jones, Celtics don't get the defensive board, they're going to be in a lot of trouble in more ways than one.
You know, when they push the ball up so fast at you, the Lakers, you don't get the matchups defensively you like. You don't have a big body blocking out a big body.
Larry Bird shot missing, and here's Worthy who can push it up. The Green.
This is totally amazing to me, Dick, that the Celtics have not stopped the advance of the ball whatsoever.
Right now, this is a no contest affair.
All right, Dick, thank you. We're back here by the locker rooms. You know, it used to be that players brought a ball and maybe their gym shorts and shoes to a game. The Celtics are traveling with all kinds of muscle stimulators, a galvanic stimulator, a TENS, you know, the Omnium stem, and they're bringing steamer trunks of everything, including tape. I was watching Robert Parrish get taped up tonight. He gets 145 feet of this tape on his ankle. That's down the court and halfway back, and then they cover it with this sort of industrial tape. And he gets a lot of, he almost has a soft cast on it. I said to him, Robert, what about the tape? He said, Pat, if I never see tape or be taped again, I'll be the happiest man alive. Let's go back to Dick.
The battered warrior, Robert Parrish, but so far the Celtics have been left at the starting gate, and you can say, Tommy, so much for the Laker layoff.
Well, they sure have their timing. The passing crisp, the feet right into fast break on any possession.
Bird gets his second opportunity, blocked by Kareem. Third block shot for Kareem, another 3-on-2 fast break, and Michael Cooper, who has come into the ball game, is guilty of an offensive foul. And that man you saw has not been around the forum for a while, and he's come back for the finals.
I have seen more 3-on-1s, 4-on-2 fast breaks than I'd ever thought I'd see Boston give up in a game, let alone a quarter or a half a quarter.
Kareem with 3 block shots, and he has been the man in the middle for the Lakers so far, and he has stopped anything the Celtics had. McHale gets free inside. So far, just the Celtic front court has accounted for their 15 points, led by Parrish's 11. All 5 Lakers starters have scored. Now Cooper in the ball game. Kareem with another offensive rebound and loses it. Here's Dennis Johnson. James Worthy went out of the game early for the Lakers. Parrish, good position and a good pass by Dennis Johnson. Are you surprised that Worthy came out first?
Yes, I am a little bit, but I think what they want to do is put Cooper on Bird for defensive purposes.
Bird has scored just 2 points. Kareem gets inside, and it looks like Pat Riley wants to go for the jugular early here in this one.
He counts on pacing the game as fast as he possibly can in the first quarter. There is no walk-up in the Laker offense.
Dennis Johnson. Rebound by Green. And here they come. Pushing it up hard is Magic Johnson. Parrish with a resistance of sorts. Cooper in three-point territory where he's a big threat. 8 on the shot clock. Kareem takes too many steps. He was getting ready for one of his sky hooks, and off the boards, it's a big Los Angeles advantage. And into the ball game, Tommy, is Kurt Rambis. So it appears that Pat Riley's going to his bench early to really try to tire out the Boston Star.
That's the object of Pat Riley's substitutions. Bring fresh people in, hoping that Casey Jones will adhere to his old substitution pattern of playing 5 guys for a quarter. Pace coaches count on breaking you down really at the tail end of quarters.
Parrish again, and he walks. 3-second violation was the official call. So Kurt Rambis replacing Green is in the ball game, and he's got a world of playoff experience. And he was the starter until AC took his place at power forward.
I think Casey Jones cannot react in his substitutions. He must anticipate in his substitutions.
Kareem on a miss by Magic Johnson. And the Lakers are dominating the Celtics every which way in this opening period. And Bill Walton gets off the bench for the Celtics. Bill Walton is going to come into the ballgame as McHale is fouled. So Walton, who played a minute in the 7th game against both Milwaukee and Detroit, is going to try again on that very bad foot.
I would suspect that he will not be really a big help, but you watch right now trying to keep on the boards. There's people trying to block out big people, Dennis Johnson, but nobody got to Kareem.
Kareem goes out of the game for a rest, and Bird gets the bucket. That last foul was on Rambis.
You know, the Lakers aren't playing particularly stellar defense either against Boston's half-court game.
Offensive foul called against the Lakers, and it's on Kurt Rambis, who quickly picks up 2 fouls, and James Worthy, who has been the Lakers' leading scorer in the playoffs and is just having a tremendous postseason, has come into the game for Byron Scott. And a big lineup in there for the Lakers.
Well, they've got 4 streakers still left in there. Michael Thompson can run.
He's in the game. Haynes. And Danny Ainge misses the shot. It's Laker ball, and the Celtics are going to have to take advantage of that open shot when they're doubled.
Particularly Danny Ainge, because he's a range shooter. That will help spread out that Laker defense quite a bit if he can hit a few in a row.
Under 3 minutes to go first period. Worthy lost his footing, and he traveled. James Worthy, who has maybe the quickest first step of any forward in the NBA, turns it over.
When he gets the ball in that low post, James Worthy, and faces at you, call a priest.
Tommy, you talked about Ainge, but Dennis Johnson and Danny Ainge have missed 4 shots between them. It's all been the front court for the Celtics, led by Parrish with 9. 5 on the shot clock. McHale double team, and a foul before the shot. It is before the shot, and that is the 4th team foul against the Lakers. So it is not a shooting situation. Magic Johnson picks up number 1.
Celtics to climb back in this game right now have to make the Lakers spend their legs on defense and not running up the court on offense.
And that's where the Lakers really made games this year on the defensive end. Walton inside on a good play. Larry Bird. And Cooper comes right back.
Walton was of no help getting back with that soft foot. He's totally hobbling back and forth.
But Robert Parrish is getting a chance to rest now, and it's an 8-point Laker lead with 2 minutes remaining in the first period. The biggest lead was 10 in this period. There's Parrish, who the Celtics have proven they cannot win without the big chieftain. Open man was Ainge. And the basket counts right at the 24-second buzzer, and the Celtics finally get scoring from their backcourt and cut the Laker lead to 6.
The Lakers now, with Magic playing all these minutes, aren't really rushing the ball up the court like they were at the very start of this quarter.
Worthy in the lane. Surrounded by Celtics, scores anyway. James Worthy averaging 25 a game in the playoffs. And a Laker foul, and that will put them into the penalty. Kurt Rambis has picked up 3 fouls coming off the bench. So the Celtics will be shooting this one.
And the Celtics only have 1 foul, Dick, but it's not surprising to me because they never even challenged anybody on that fast break, even when they were going for layups.
So that's not anything to be proud of.
No.
Here's Kareem, who is heading back into the ballgame. And Michael Thompson moves now to a forward position. Kareem is back at center. And Kurt Rambis goes out with 3 personal fouls. And keep in mind, even though they're only 1 team foul against the Celtics, they can only foul 1 more time before they get in the penalty in the last 2 minutes of a period. The lead is 6 for the Lakers.
And Dennis Johnson picks Magic Johnson up a little bit further out than he had prior.
And inside is James Worthy. Basket good and a foul as well. And for some reason, the Lakers are getting free on the weak side baseline for good passes from the likes of Magic Johnson.
Well, they set up a play where they think he's coming to the ball, but nobody knows where the ball is with a green jersey, and Magic just throws it past their ear, and Worthy will catch it and put it through.
The foul is on Walton. And Worthy misses a chance for a 3-point play. It's 33-25, winding down to a minute to go in the first period of Game 1, the NBA Finals, and so far it's been the Lakers. Cooper is all over Ames. McHale draws the foul, and fouled by Michael Thompson, who of course know each other from the University of Minnesota days, when Thompson recruited McHale and kind of helped him through school.
I think Michael Thompson perhaps plays Kevin McHale, one of the top 2 defenders against him in the league. Very few players can defend McHale when he goes into that fall-away jump shot, but Michael Thompson was right there.
Casey Jones going to his bench early. Sam Vincent, who emerged quickly as a guard off the bench. Second-year first-round pick out of Michigan State.
You're going to have Dennis Johnson around in the 4th quarter with any kind of legs. You got to substitute for him early in the first half.
.16 on the shot clock. Magic from Worthy. It could be Worthy from Magic. Magic from Worthy. It doesn't matter. The Lakers are executing, and they're up by 9.
Don't turn your head on any of the Lakers' passes. You got to know where the ball is.
Vincent underneath saw Michael Thompson, thought better of it. McHale posting up against Kareem. And traveling 3-second violation. The second one called on the Celtics, who really didn't get in sync offensively in that sequence. 19 seconds on the shot clock. There is a differential of 1 second between the clock you see in the shot clock, and the crowd begins its ovation for a very high-scoring first period for the Lakers. Worthy going for 3, misses. 1 second to go, and that'll do it. That's the end of the first period with the score. The Lakers 35, the Celtics 26, and we'll return to Game 1 of the 1987 NBA Finals from the Forum in Inglewood after this word from your local station. Points for the Lakers as we continue with the second period of the 1987 NBA Finals, and the Lakers against the defending world champion Boston Celtics here in the Forum. And so far in this ball game, it's been the Laker patented fast break. So far, it's been a rebounding edge, including several offensive boards, and Magic Johnson, who's the leading scorer. But Tommy Heinsohn, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 3 block shots, 6 rebounds, and 8 points. And it's been the familiar duo of Kareem and Magic in the first period.
Well, they sky high for this series. Boston, I think, did not show any kind of preparation for stopping a fast break team. They did nothing to stop the Lakers' fast break.
Darren Day is into the ball game, and he'll be guarding James Worthy. A tough assignment for him. Day made most of his chance in the series against the Pistons in Milwaukee coming off the bench, and Worthy hits from the corner. So James Worthy now, the second Laker to move into double figures, and the biggest lead of the ball game right now for the Lakers. Larry Bird scored 4 points in the first period for Boston. Cooper, NBA's best defensive player, is on Ames. Bird over Magic. Larry Bird, who scored 35, 36, and 37 points in his last 3 playoff games.
Well, Darren Day is in there for the Celtics to really try and catch up with James Worthy. You can't defend James Worthy until you catch him.
Day is on him, and now they're going to isolate Worthy. They double team, and Magic gets through and gets the basket. That's how quickly the Lakers can pass if they're doubled.
Boy, they have worked on this double team offense so effectively that they know where all the open people are.
Cooper is on Ames. Magic is on Vincent. Vincent the shot, and Kareem with a rebound. And Sam Vincent commits a foul, his first. So this is the first time in this kind of playoff level for Sam Vincent and Darren Day of the Boston Celtics.
Well, Sam went up and challenged Magic, almost stole the ball, but it looks like Dennis Johnson is going back in for him.
Kareem, you've seen it before, but he misses, and Michael Thompson grabs the rebound. Thompson and Kareem with Johnson, Worthy, and Cooper. Worthy blocked by Parrish. What a great play Parrish made.
Worthy normally takes a one-dribble drive and crams it on that play.
2 minutes elapsed in the second period. Kevin McHale will come back in. Vincent driving to the hoop, something he did very well in the last series.
He's the only penetrator the Celtics have, Sam Vincent.
Worthy working against Day. Basket counts and a foul. Day had no chance against those long arms.
You can't let a good big man with that kind of quickness feel you, and who also has a spin move. He feels you, and off he spins. You watch Worthy's quickness. Takes Day to the middle, gets him to commit, and then right back the other way for an easy two.
The three gifts he has: the post-up move, the catch, and a quick first step. James Worthy. Out here at the Forum, we have our share of luminaries, such as John Robinson, just got a new contract, the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. Al Davis, the managing general partner of the Raiders, the other LA football team in town. Diane Cannon. Kirk Douglas. And a former Laker. Norm Nixon, who was traded in the deal that brought Byron Scott to the Celtics. And that guy over there, what's his name?
You know, what's his name? He's from the Witches of Eastwick, isn't he?
Larry Bird getting a breather right now, and the Celtics on the floor. Kevin McHale, Darren Day, Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish, and Sam Vincent. Worthy looking for the three-point play. And it's 42-30, and now the Lakers, after a 9-0 start, have their largest lead.
It's awfully difficult to catch up on the Lakers. They play pretty good defense against fast break basketball, and Boston really doesn't have an exceptional fast break attack.
McHale misses, and here comes Cooper. Magic to Worthy. Two more. Worthy has 15 points, and Magic has 13.
When you go out and get Worthy, then Magic drives to the basket on those fast break thrusts.
Day throws it away into the hands of Cooper. 2-on-1, Worthy again. If this were a championship fight, they'd stop it. McHale going in, misses. Day, the rebound. And the Lakers, Worthy cradles it, and we're going to have a jump ball. And there's a lot of time, of course, left. 8:52, but the Lakers are playing their style.
Absolutely, and when you throw a pass away like that, they'll get that speed in action. It's a 3-on-1. Poor Dennis Johnson. Where'd they all come from?
Jerry Seasting, the pesky guard who can hit the open shot if he gets open, is into the ball game right now. So both teams going deep into their bench in the first period.
I think it's very important for Boston right now to weather this storm and try and get back in, get it down to around 10 points before the end of the half.
Cooper for three. Michael Cooper, one of the top three-point shooters. He was only 2 for 12 against Seattle from three-point range. But he hits the one here, and it's a 19-point Laker lead. Parrish over Kareem. Johnson. Kareem, and it's off his hands, and it'll be Boston's ball as Larry Bird, who has scored 6 points, comes back in, and Magic Johnson goes out. Byron Scott replaces Magic, who goes out with 13 points and 7 assists.
They will not stop the pace, the Lakers, with Magic on the bench. Byron Scott and Cooper are very, very adept now at pushing the ball up the court themselves.
Bird missing. Green the rebound. Celtics have not had any second shot. Cooper comes back and hits a jumper. And it's a 21-point lead with a lot of time remaining.
They're putting to the Celtics to the wall with machine guns right now.
Celtics is shooting 43%. Parrish breaks the drought there. He leads with 11, and all but 4 of the Celtic points have come from their starting front court. But the Lakers have scored 51 points already, and we have more than 7 minutes remaining in the second period. Scott. And there's Green with the rebound. Knocked away by McHale. Good defense by the Celtics. Seasting gets open and hits the jumper.
They have to climb back 2 by 2 and play some good defense right now against the Lakers, the Celtics. Otherwise, the Lakers are going to get their dander really up and start high flying.
You mean they're not up yet? Oh. Kareem is fouled going in. You saw the graphic on the fast break baskets. The Lakers did not wait long before they unleashed showtime here at the Forum tonight.
In this series, first of all, give the Lakers the speed, particularly at the forward spot. Health, again, to the Lakers. They've had a week off. And normally I would give the Celtics their half-court offense, the best in the league, but now I have to call it even because of the injuries to Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. I give the bench to the Lakers. They've got 3 players that know how to run.
You know, Tommy, after the 7-game series against Milwaukee, the Celtics didn't really play that well in game 1, and the Pistons had a great opportunity that they let get by the boards. It doesn't look like the Lakers are giving the Celtics that chance in game 1.
The Celtics, in like playing the Pistons series, the Pistons gave up the pace of the game most of the time by themselves. The Lakers are not going to do that in this series. They're going to take the ball to the basket hard every single time to put the slower Celtics under the gun.
Have you seen the Celtics under siege at all this year, or maybe even recent years, against this kind of offensive pressure?
Well, they're a pretty gritty bunch, as we've seen, and they can make adjustments, but these may be too much physical adjustments they have to make. This Laker team, to me, Dick, is the most versatile team that they've ever had. Maybe the team way back with Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West could run as well as this ball club could do.
Saw the rebounding story in Kareem playing like a spry 20, not like the 40-year-old he is. LA, by the way, hitting 62% and killing Boston off the board. 6:44 remaining in the first half, 53-34. Biggest lead was 21. And the Laker foul will be their first team foul of the second period. And it's Michael Cooper with his second personal foul. So Michael Cooper fouls. Larry Bird, quiet so far, has just 6 points in the ball game on 3 for 8 shooting. Comes around a screen from Bird, from Parrish, no pick and roll. Kevin McHale in one of the infrequent offensive rebound hoops for Boston.
But look, the Lakers push it right back at you. They make the quickest baskets after you make a basket yourself. They've got what I call a no-cheer offense.
Illegal defense, the first one being called against the Celtics. That's a warning. The second time will be a technical foul as Earvin Magic Johnson replaces Cooper in the lineup for the Lakers.
You know what I mean by a no-cheer offense?
You don't have any time to cheer.
You don't have any time to cheer for the shot you just made. You better get your tail back.
James Worthy with the ball. Wants some room. Seasting is doubling him. Good passing by Byron Scott. Magic misses, and there's Worthy. Boy, here's a guy who last year did not finish strong against Houston, and he really has emerged, and superstar stardom is heading his way.
And he's been much better in the rebounding department this season.
Worthy has hit 9 of 11 from the field. Parrish with a good move against Kareem. The basket counts and a foul. Parrish holding fort with 13 points for the Celtics.
Here's the Celtic dilemma. Bird blocks A.C. Green off, but nobody managed to get to James Worthy. A guard would have had to pick him up at that particular point, and no guard in sight.
Michael Thompson is into the ball game, replacing Kareem, who goes out with 2 fouls. He has scored 10. A terrific defensive job. Parrish misses. Magic with a long pass to Michael Thompson. Green filling the lane like an express train.
And Worthy didn't force it.
Scott. Johnson the rebound with 5:20 to play in the first half. 17-point lead for the Lakers. A runner by Bird, and he's fouled, and he'll shoot. That'll be the 3rd team foul against the Lakers. And it's not a shooting foul. It was right before the shot. Byron Scott is first.
You know, sometimes the Lakers, and I think maybe even in this series, will dare the Celtics to shoot a little bit.
Bird gets free inside.
Just to get the rhythm of the game the way they want it.
Magic Johnson comes right back and gets 2. No cheer offense. There was an example.
Wow. I mean, that's a big wow. He goes the length of the court, and nobody even got to him to dissuade him or blink at him.
McHale double. And no basket if it goes. An offensive foul called by Jake O'Donnell against Dennis Johnson. Now it's Kevin McHale, and that's his 2nd personal foul. Celtics against the Laker break, offering no resistance. Worthy gets away, and Seasting, who's giving up a lot of inches inside, forced to foul Worthy.
What a cute play. They just masterminded a switch where a big man had to be defended by the smallest man of the Celtics, but Seasting was alert to that. The Lakers didn't get the alley-oop they normally get out of it.
McHale goes out with 11, and Fred Roberts, who was acquired from Utah prior to the season and was a major force early in the year and backed up all 3 positions. What kind of role do you think he can play in this series?
I think ultimately he's going to play an expanding role in this series because I believe he's got speed to stay with James Worthy and the size perhaps to stay with him and the mobility. He's not going to score, but he might be able to defend Worthy a little bit better.
Even though he can do that, that puts the Celtics really in a quandary because they don't have the scorer there, and they're going to need points from someone other than Larry Bird. Bird has scored 8 points. Michael Thompson over Parrish, doubling his Magic, and they very nearly forced the turnover. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Boston. It's 57-40 in favor of the Lakers. The Celtics have never had the lead. L.A. ran off 9 straight to start the game. Haynes against Scott running at him. Threw up a wild shot. Magic to Michael Thompson filling the lane. And a Celtic foul. And the Celtics now in the penalty, and Dennis Johnson commits that one.
How devastating an attack do you have when your center on the court is filling the lane, the 3rd man up on the fast break? That is absolutely pressure offense at its best.
Michael Thompson, who was acquired from San Antonio 2 days prior to his debut in a Laker uniform against the Celtics, and he played very well indeed. Haynes replaces Seasting. It was Seasting before who had fired up the shot with Scott running at him, and he's out of the game now.
He got caught, Jerry Seasting, in the last series, not getting his shot off fast enough, and it looks like the same thing is going on here in this series.
It was different a year ago when he teamed with Walton and got open a lot in the Celtic championship year. 9 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson hits, and we have under 4 minutes to go, and the first basket of the ball game for Dennis Johnson.
They've got to get it down to 10 points, the Celtics, before halftime.
If you're looking to see how the Celtics can come back.
Yep.
But Magic misses, and Michael Thompson knocks it away, and it'll be Celtics possession.
Lakers are so capable of just exploding for 10 points so fast.
Parrish missed. Green got the outlet to Worthy, who gets it to Scott, who draws the foul. They don't waste much time, Mr. Heinzen.
And they don't rely on Magic Johnson anymore to be the lone setter of the pace. They diversify that task. They took that pressure off Magic's shoulders. Scott will push it up. Cooper will push it up. And that time we saw James Worthy become the middleman.
So Byron Scott will be on the line now. And we showed you Norm Nixon, who was traded to the Clippers for the rights to Byron Scott. And Byron was not a popular player with the Lakers when he got here. And in fact, he had to win his teammates over. And he's done it in a big way, and he's coming off his best year.
He's played some decent defense in this series, Byron Scott. I should say the series against Seattle. He did a job on Ellis up in Seattle.
Nearly 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Bird. Larry Bird now with 10 points. It's been the front court, whatever the Celtics have managed in this first half, led by Parrish with 13. Magic with a bullseye. Remember a few years ago, and they said the one weakness Magic Johnson had was the outside shot?
He hasn't got a weakness in the world now. He's got the total game.
And a foul away from the ball, and that's the 4th team foul against the Lakers. And we'll have a timeout. The crowd has seen the Lakers run away from the Celtics early, and they're waiting to see if Boston can challenge. So far, they haven't. At the Forum, and that's our score with 2:39 remaining in the second period. And of course, coming up, the Prudential at the half. Of course, Brent Musburger will be at his perch with Billy Cunningham and Hubie Brown. By the way, tomorrow is Billy Cunningham's birthday. And there's Hubie Brown, both of whom perform admirably as analysts for CBS during the regular and playoff season. And of course, as far as the finals are concerned, the series will continue Thursday night. We'll be on the air 9 o'clock Eastern time here at the Forum before we switch to Boston for games 3, 4, and if necessary, games 5 beginning Sunday. But Thursday night, game 2 between these teams. 34 points for the Celtics starting front court of their 44 points. And Tommy, right now it's been all Los Angeles, and the natural thing to ask is, what can you do?
Well, they really have to get better organized in delaying the advance of the ball of the Lakers if they hope to get back in this thing and change the tempo of the game to the half-court style that they prefer to play.
Bird hitting again, so it looks like he's on the mark. Score was 35-26 in favor of the Lakers at the half. At the quarter, that is, and they may end up doubling that if they can get to 70 before the end of the second period. 6 on the shot clock. Worthy guarded by Roberts. See you later. Fred Roberts had no chance.
And that priest ought to bring the rosary beads, too.
James Worthy, who scored a career-high 39 against Seattle in the playoffs. A runner by Bird who winds up on the deck, and the foul is committed. Will send him to the line.
Roberts trying to stop James Worthy. As soon as he faces up, he's by you. Even though you have distance between yourself and him, you better have a good guess on which way he's going to turn to the basket.
Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Forum. They came out strong here tonight. No late arriving crowd to see how the Lakers would respond to an 8-day layoff. And they responded in kind, scoring the first 9 points, and they have thoroughly dominated. The Celtics leading here 65-47. Michael Thompson goes to the bench with 3 fouls, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes back. And for Boston, Bill Walton is in for Robert Parrish.
Walton, to me, the first 2 trips up the court was limping while he was in for that short stint at the end of the first quarter. But they need Walton or a Greg Kite, the Celtics, in order to really help out and get back into this series in this game, too.
Basically, Tommy, it looks like the Celtics are just countering Laker moves with their own moves off the bench, and they didn't really have a bench in the regular season. Byron Scott misses. Green knocked away from his position, and there is James Worthy, who finally gets the points. James Worthy has 23 points, and again, his career high was 39 against Seattle in this past playoff. The lead is 19 again. Highest margin was 21 for the Lakers. 6 on the clock. Dennis Johnson with a good move inside.
Here's Magic racing it right back at the Celtics defense.
Dennis Johnson is the first Celtic other than their starting front court to collect more than 2 points in this game.
You know, by pace, you don't mean to go all the time for fast breaks. Just get the ball to the foul line as fast as you can. Make the game a series of wind sprints.
Magic Johnson missing. Roberts the rebound. It's a 3-on-2. Worthy gets back in the mix defensively. Bird with a 2-point shot. So Larry Bird getting hot here in the second period has scored 12 points, hitting his last 4.
He's going to have to become a 5-alarmer to get the Celtics back into this one.
Half a minute to go and 13 on the shot clock. First half. Lakers with 67 points. 2 former UCLA Bruins dueling one-on-one, and Walton commits the foul on Kareem.
Here's Worthy, 1 step to the rebound, and look how strong he takes it to the hoop. Little up fake, and he's up near the basket. Now Walton trying to run up and just run out. Just does not have the timing or his legs together after virtually playing no time in the last 2 months.
Both teams in the penalty. Walton against Kareem. It wasn't long ago that they combined for 6 NCAA championships between them.
That man that just took the foul shots, to me, is the most amazing player I've ever seen.
22nd timeout called by the Celtics.
40 years of age, and he's on a fast break team and still able to run.
Actually, Walton and Kareem were part of 5 NCAA championships, and it's been a long time that they've been in the league. And not only is it tough to repeat, as you know, the Celtics are the last team to do it in '69. It's tough to even get back and have that chance to do it. Only 5 clubs have had that opportunity, and as we said at the outset, not many people thought the Celtics would survive and get to the finals, and they had to play 2 grueling 7-game series against Milwaukee and Detroit to get here. And you always wonder when they're going to run out of gas, and coming in they had not yet.
You know, looking at this thing before it started, you'd say the Lakers have the natural edge, but Bird, there's still Larry Bird with that competitive fire, and he's going to have to show it here for the Celtics to do some damage.
Final seconds of the first half, and a pushing foul called against Byron Scott, and that will send Celtics to the free throw line. Lakers won the 2 regular season games against the Boston Celtics, and coming in, a lot of people were wondering how the Lakers would respond after not playing a winning team in the playoffs. They had won 11 out of 12 in postseason, 7-0 at home, but this was going to be their toughest foe. And a 22nd timeout called by Pat Riley, trying to cook something up to get a couple of more points with 6 seconds left.
He's a real clock watcher. He's the most devious coach I've known for trying to score without taking ticks off the clock. To score 1,000 points, if he could find a way to devise a game plan to score 1,000 points, he would do it, because he uses the clock better than any coach I've ever seen coach the game.
Well, he challenged his players this year to have career seasons, and virtually all of them did. Last year was the only year since he's been in LA that he did not get to the finals. James Worthy. He's hit his last 6 shots, and actually right now is the top field goal percentage shooter in playoff history. 6 seconds to go. It's 69-54. And Scott, over anxious, lost the ball with 1 second.
But that was Worthy that put the ball behind his back. How's that for versatility?
And that'll do it. Larry Bird scored 14 in the quarter for the Celtics, but they've got a long way to come. That's the end of the first half. The Lakers lead 69-54, and Brent Musburger will be back with the credential at the half after this message.
The board, I think it's a tribute to the coaching and the quickness of the ball club.
Billy, how about the Celtics?
Well, I think, number one, I don't know if I'm Casey Jones, if I don't go in and say, hey, they can't play any better basketball than that. Now, what we have to do is we have to get back and stop their transition game. That means Magic, Worthy, etc., and also do the job on the defensive boards and control the tempo offensively a little better.
Well, Billy and Hubie, we're going to get back to this game, but there is another issue in the NBA that we want to talk about, and that is the growing number of violent incidents. I'm sure many of you have seen these on the news and perhaps live. Dominique Wilkins and Lambier, and later it was Detroit and Boston. It was Bird and Lambier going at it. And then, of course, there was even a suspension. Robert Parrish was suspended for 1 game for punching out Lambier in the Boston Garden. Now, you two gentlemen are former coaches. And, Hubie, are you teaching, our coaches ordering up violence when we get to the playoffs? What's happening?
No, I think what's happening is that what you're saying is, look, we're not trying to hurt anybody. If you're going to foul a guy, make sure that he doesn't get the ball up above his shoulders so he can cause a three-point play. And above all, you're not trying to hurt any player. Let's face it, everybody's making a good living in this business.
Billy, a pretty fine line in what's going on, however.
Yeah, but also, Brent, I think we're very fortunate that basketball players cannot fight, number one. Number two, I think we want to see a half like we just saw, with great intensity, teams going at each other very hard. We didn't see any of that, but I think if it ever happens, I think the league will do something and punish the player with suspension.
Hubie, what about the referees? Now, what burden must they bear in toning down the violence?
Well, no two guys can referee an NBA game. The game was meant to be played at rim level. You're playing it at a foot above the box. What you have here is the best that a game has ever been refereed in the NBA playoffs was 9 years ago when we used 3 men. 3 men can cover the floor. There are no dead areas.
Billy, what about more suspensions? Parrish was suspended by the commissioner for 1 game.
I think, though, that was a very questionable suspension because Robert Parrish was questionable going into that 6th game. So that was kind of a slap on the wrist. I think if it happens again, the league must suspend a player and let everybody know we will not tolerate violence.
All right, well, there was another controversy in the league. This one involves Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons. We're going to come back and talk about Thomas, and also there has been a development regarding David Robinson, the sensational center who is coming out of the Naval Academy. Back after these messages from your local station. From Inglewood, California. Let me bring you up to date now on David Robinson because the NBA this afternoon clarified its position. As you know, he has a 2-year obligation. The Navy has said he cannot play while he's on active duty. San Antonio says it will exercise its first pick and select Robinson. They have 1 year in which to sign him. If not, he will go back to the draft pool. The second team that then drafts him would have 1 more year to sign him. After that, the NBA says today David Robinson would become a free agent. Now, I tell you that because the Lakers have asked Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to play 2 more years, next and 1 after that, and they are thinking, of course, that they would have a shot at young Robinson. Now, a controversy developed after that fierce 7-game war between the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics. I'm sure you have seen the quotes attributed to Dennis Rodman and also Isaiah Thomas regarding Larry Bird. Bird is a very good player, an exceptional talent, but if he were black, he'd be just another good guy. Hubie Brown, let me ask you your feeling about that comment by Isaiah.
Well, I think it's quite unfortunate because Larry Bird is at the top of the profession. In the last 4 Player Association polls, Larry Bird has won the MVP twice. He was second to Bernard King in '84. So in 3 out of the 4 years, an association which is predominantly black, 75%, voted for Larry Bird at the top.
Billy, your feelings?
I had mixed feelings. I was shocked. I couldn't believe this young man, Isaiah Thomas, that I know, a great kid, would say a statement like this. And I almost get the feeling I'd like to hear more from Isaiah about what his thoughts are about this.
Well, Billy, I spoke to him this afternoon, and Isaiah will be with us live Thursday night. And he says he was somewhat misunderstood. He blames himself. He was certainly not misquoted, but he does want to clarify his position, and he will do that at the half of Game 2 of our NBA Final. Hubie, let's take a look ahead at the second half. What about it?
Well, I think the Laker defense is outstanding. The quickness has held up through the entire season in playoffs. They're making it very difficult for Bird and McHale to get the necessary shot attempts in order for Boston to come back and win big. If they can keep that kind of defensive pressure, I think they're in good shape.
And Billy?
Well, I think Boston has several things, but number one, they're going to have to hit that perimeter shot from the outside offensively when the Lakers double down. They're also going to have to get back defensively and force it into a half-court game.
All right, so it'll be coming up the second half here, the Lakers and the Celtics. And we'll have it right after we go to a CBS News break coming your way tonight from Washington, D.C.
Point lead at halftime with 69 big points. And the Celtics shot well, but not well enough. Look what the Lakers did. Rebounding-wise, the Lakers had an edge of 10-3 off the offensive glass that really hurt the Celtics. And, of course, that fast break that Brent, Billy, and Hubie were talking about, 29-6 in favor of the Lakers. And I'd have to think that it's 15. It was 21, and that if the Celtics are going to make any kind of a statement in this game, Tommy, would have to come right out here in the third period.
The first thing you have to do in a playoff series is prove to yourself that you found a way to stop a big problem. They have not done that. The Lakers have been awesome in the first half with that fast break and the pace game. And the Celtics need to contain that here in the second half so that they can feel confident they can do it in game 2.
What the Celtics are doing is they're getting back quickly against the break, but it looks like the Lakers are going the length of the court anyway. What can they do and what should they do?
You're exactly right, Dick. What the Celtics are doing is just turning tail and heading back as fast as they can into the paint. Nobody's going out challenging the rebound, challenging anybody advancing the ball quickly, and the Lakers are just getting easy shots in between the seams.
Well, a few moments ago, Pat O'Brien caught up with the Celtics head coach Casey Jones, and here was KC's assessment of the first half.
I see about 12,000 fast breaks and that many points. And when they didn't have the fast break, they got the post-up play. Worthy's got, what, 18 points or something like that, or 23. And so that means we're not getting back on defense very well, and also we're not really doing that much on the offensive end to slow them down.
What do you have to do?
What we have to do is those things, and but we got to get better offense. They really pack it in. They're playing a great defense down there, but we got to do a better job of getting better shots. Robert and Kevin, they're being double teamed, and they're being pushed out when they're not double teamed, and that's an outside shot, which it's not very good. We get outside shots, they get layups on the other end.
2 words, James Worthy.
Worthy, awesome. And
what are you going to do about it?
And the wild part is he knows it.
Good luck second half, KC. Let's go back to Dick Stockton.
All right, Pat, thank you very much. And the Celtic guards are shooting only 5 for 12, 10 points total for the guards. And it was Bird, Parrish, and McHale. And it was a tremendous second period for Larry Bird, where Bird scored 14 points. Now look at the Lakers. James Worthy, 23. He had 15 of those in the second period. And Kareem, as Hubie mentioned, doing a terrific job defensively with block shots and the defense in the middle. So let's see if Larry Bird with 18 has the answer as the Lakers try to make it 8-0 in the Forum in postseason. Kareem doubled. Goes up, misses the sky hook, and Bird gets the rebound. Celtics walking it up. They want to slow the pace. Main thing will be how they react if they get a missed shot here.
I think they should work a lot of time off the clock, try and destroy the rhythm in the
field by Magic. And a foul against Danny Ainge. Of course, the turnover ruins all of those fine plans.
You've got to be very crisp with your passes. Now, I don't see any of the Celtics demoralized right now. I don't see that in their faces. And they've been a gritty bunch, and they'll probably come out and play as hard as they can. They just have to find a way to stop this pace game.
Magic Johnson posting up against Dennis Johnson, and that could be a big weapon for the Lakers in this series.
They can always go to that, and Magic is playing more and more like a low-post player as the season went along. That's almost a guaranteed 2.
19 for Urban Johnson. Leading scorer in regular season, but second to Worthy in postseason. Bird with a good move inside, and Larry Bird with 20. 71-56 in favor of the Lakers, who scored 35 in the first period and nearly the same amount in the second. Green didn't get the call and missed inside.
Lakers look like they might have taken a little bit of edge off the pace game.
Parrish missing the baseline shot. And if you're going to play the half-court style, you better hit your shots. Green going all the way in, and the basket good and a foul. So a missed shot, and AC Green on the fast break scores.
Here's Magic down in the low post. Now, this is a weapon the first time they've really used it, but he's developed into a real great player down there, and one of the things they're counting on is that Boston guards cannot handle him down there, and if they start to double team him, he's going to find people for layups.
Dennis Johnson, who's handling the ball, has picked up his third personal foul. Johnson has 3 for the Celtics, and Michael Thompson and Rambis 3 for the Lakers. Jockeying for position, Parrish and A.C. Green. Johnson, Dennis puts a good move on Magic. 4 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson hits from the corner.
That was good ball movement that time by the Celtics.
Loose ball, and it winds up in the hands of Ainge. Bird against 3 Lakers. 3 Lakers, and Larry Bird knew when to stop and when to bank, and he got the basket. And Larry Bird on a tear now, and the Celtics have cut the Laker lead to 13.
And I see the Lakers perhaps with that big lead at halftime taking their foot off the gas pedal.
They have in the past lost some concentration when they moved out to big lead. But maybe James Worthy won't let him do it this time. And James has 25 for the Lakers.
And look at Dennis Johnson. Hustle it up over half court, then slow it down. That's one of the things. Frustration you can develop in the Lakers if you slow it down and destroy the rhythm in their heads.
McHale off balance. And Worthy the rebound. And they push it up.
That's not where he should be shooting the ball from.
Magic. 21 for Magic Johnson.
You've got to get to Magic by half court to slow him down. He'll kill you from the foul line.
Ainge runs Scott into a pick. Goes inside. Bird. Had Dennis Johnson open. Finds Bird inside. Loses the ball. And a 3-second violation called against the Celtics. That's the 3rd time in this game. Officials timeout here at the Forum.
Normally he does not force the play, but with the Celtics being down as many as they are, he wants to create something as quickly as possible. And look at what he does. A beautiful, difficult shot. But there's Worthy on the loose, the streaker, and Kevin McHale saying to himself, what was that?
James Worthy has been unstoppable, and he has hit his last 7 shots. And Pat Riley says he's all business on and off the court. Reminds me a lot of Jamal Wilkes, the way he handles himself. 8:40 remaining in the 3rd period, a 17-point lead. Kareem misses a sky hook. There they walk it up. I think the Celtics would like the 45-second college shot clock, wouldn't they?
They sure would, just to move it around and let things develop. But the tempo now is turning more to Boston.
Bird, good pass into Parrish. But the Celtics, if they're going to come back in this game, need to hit shots like that. Magic. Comes out of nowhere. And turns the crowd on again.
One of the advantages of fast break basketball is that you don't have an opportunity to block guys out on the offensive glass. You don't get good position on them.
No matter how big or small they are. Scott at 6'4" is the smallest Laker on the court right now. A double team and picked off by Worthy. Wow. KC may have seen enough. 20-second timeout. And the Lakers have scored 8 in a row after the Celtics cut the lead to 13. We're back at the Forum in Inglewood, California, where the crowd is enjoying a Laker rout to this point. Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the familiar rivals, the Lakers and Celtics. And right now, the Lakers have matched their biggest lead of the game, 21 points.
As Worthy just timing the play, stepping out, picking off the pass, and with that great speed, even Dennis Johnson, the guard, can't catch up. Makes him take a more difficult shot, but it's easy for James Worthy.
And they didn't block out Byron Scott on this play.
And come up, there's Kevin McHale coming up. Everybody's looking for the rebound, but nobody got close to Byron Scott, and he's got great athletic ability to tip in anything.
Bird with a bounce pass into Parrish. Gets control and scores. But I'll tell you, these Lakers are a wondrous team to watch here, and they're leading 81-62.
Boston has to climb back 2 by 2, and the Lakers have the ability to explode for 10 points before you can even call timeout.
The Celtics, who didn't come out strong, have lost 4 points from their deficit of the first half.
This is looking like a very easy series for James Worthy. Nobody's even getting close to him.
Ainge. And it's over and back. Danny Ainge got the ball after Worthy challenged him, but it's a backcourt violation, and the Lakers have a chance to party again. And now the Lakers call a timeout. scored 81.
All right. Does Laker basketball and Celtic basketball compare for entertainment for you, Johnny?
This is real entertainment, I'll tell you. This is a marvelous game tonight between Worthy and Magic. It's like a steamroller coming down the court.
How'd you get the week off for this? That's pretty good.
The timing was perfect, wasn't it? I figured if Jim and Tammy can take some time off, I can take some time off.
Are you a big Hoops fan?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I really am.
Thank you, Johnny. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, John.
Here's Dick.
And look at that guy, Dick. Remember him? Here's Johnny. Don't let him near your door. And he looks like he's ready to run into your door.
He doesn't have to be in a film to scare you with the way he looks. Lakers in a game one party right now. Harris against Kareem, double team. Magic finds an opening. And Kareem had problems, plenty of time on the shot clock for the Lakers. Worthy checks it. They've got 6. And Magic Johnson with a great reverse scoop move. 23 for Magic, 27 for Worthy. That's 50 between them, and it's, again, a 21-point lead for L.A. Ainge comes back with 3.
Well, Ainge could be very important on any comeback bid because he can get them back 3 at a time.
Worthy. Celtics double team. Look at that. Wide open. AC Green. And a fastball from Magic Johnson. And Casey Jones sits bewildered.
One of the Celtics blew a defensive assignment that time.
And Dennis Johnson is fouled, and shaken up is Dennis Johnson. They have too many weapons and too many ways to use the weapons.
Magic in the low post. Now here's Robert Parrish, a center, and he still finds a way to get it by him. Normally guards will give the ball off. There is a fast pitch right down the gut of the Celtics lane with not a green shirt in sight.
Kareem picks up his 3rd. Dennis Johnson sees the first one roll off, and Darren Day will come into the ball game and give Kevin McHale a rest. McHale looks awfully weary out there. Goes out with 11.
As DJ kind of slithering through 2 of the Lakers, and he got caught up, I believe, on AC Green's hip, and it was right below the number 3.
Under 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. The Lakers led by 9 after 1 period, 15 at the half.
Darren Day is being put into the game now to perhaps press defense a little bit more.
Bird is on Scott, who goes to the hoop. Nice move by Byron Scott. Lakers are going to get close to 100 before this period is over.
The Celtics are totally flat-footed.
Bird off the glass, and Larry now with 24 points, and he has hit his last 7 shots. Magic misses, Bird the rebound, and here come the Celtics. Ainge hits a 3. Danny Ainge with his second 3-point shot in the last 2.5 minutes has 8 points, and it's a 16-point game now. They're the leading scorers. No surprise. Day is on Worthy. AC Green all alone, top of the key, and AC Green.
Last year he wouldn't take that shot, and Pat Riley would say, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. This year he's shooting it and making it.
Screen from Parrish, and Bird again. 8 in a row for Larry Bird. 4:20 to go in the 3rd. And Darren Day may have pushed AC Green. It would be the 3rd team foul. Pat Riley, Casey Jones. Riley said that his style has changed the last couple of years. He says he's more factual now and talking to his players than the fire and brimstone he used to deliver.
I think he came into this series a lot more relaxed than he ever came into a prior series.
Can you blame him with talent like that out there? Magic now with 25.
This is a devastating machine that the Lakers have when they get it unleashed, that fast break and pace game.
Bird goes around Worthy with another move, 9 in a row. By Larry Bird, he has 28 points. .45 remaining in the 3rd period. Scott goes for 3. Johnson the rebound, into Worthy in the middle. And Parrish did a fine job on Worthy, who's upset. He thought he was fouled. It's about as much as I've seen Worthy react after a no call like that. Darren Day misses a jumper. Kareem the rebound. They can really conserve Kareem with a game like this. Worthy and a blocking foul called against Dennis Johnson. And that'll be the 4th team foul against Boston.
Here's Worthy, that one dribble drive, and I think he got kind of fouled on that by Robert Parrish, but Parrish got away from it, and I don't blame you, James.
4 fouls on Dennis Johnson. Michael Cooper comes back in, and Fred Roberts checks in for the Celtics, and Robert Parrish sits down. He has scored 15, but 9 of those were in the first period.
The key people that Boston have to get into this style of defense is Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish to get those guys back to help stop the break.
But they're on the bench right now.
Yep.
Cooper has a shot blocked by Day, and Worthy saves the ball by throwing it off of Fred Roberts. Jerry Seasting now comes in. It's unusual and tough, I guess, for Casey Jones to have to go to his bench and manipulate after he didn't have to do it all year.
Correct, but he's going to try and save some of his tired players. Dennis Johnson will go down. They're going to scramble a little defensively with this unit that they have on the court right now. Bird is going to be the center for this team.
It worked a little bit against the Detroit Pistons in Game 3. When they were way back and came down to cut it to 12.
Now with some speed in there, Boston might be able to get some easy baskets themselves.
Ainge hits his 3rd three-point shot. Danny Ainge has 9 of his 11 points here in the 3rd. And the Celtics trail by 13.
And they have to play some good defense, Boston, for at least 3 trips against the Lakers.
This is one. But Green gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul. Couldn't block out A.C. Green, who's really one of the keys to the Lakers' resurgence this year. 2nd year from Oregon State, A.C. Green. At this point.
Well, Casey Jones, a little coaching trick, trying to snooker him. Pat Riley let him think perhaps that he's given up on the game already, but Bird's still in there. When Bird leaves, the game is given up on. But Pat Riley, I'm sure during that timeout, said, I don't care who's got a green uniform out there. Let us play our game and beat them by 40 if we can.
He started out that way, the first 9 points, and 35 points in the first period. Remember in 1985, the Celtics destroyed the Lakers in game number 1 at Boston Garden. I think they scored 148 points in that. Larry Bird banks it in, and Bird with 30. In case you've forgotten, the Lakers came back and won that series. Magic Johnson comes back and hits, so Magic and Larry.
Boy, if they just let Magic advance the ball up the court and get any shot he wants.
Ainge with a good penetration, leaving Fred Roberts free, and the basket counts and a foul. So with just under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd period, Roberts will go to the line after Magic picks up the personal foul, his 2nd.
With Fred Roberts and Darren Day in there, they have speed themselves, the Celtics, to get people on the wing and perhaps get layups. That's the best part of this man's game, Fred Roberts, is getting on the wing and making layups.
Sam Vincent would also fit into this pattern, although he's not in the game right now.
No, he's not. But I think they're opting for Seasting, who perhaps might be able to play better defense right now.
Day did his best to try to stall Magic in the backcourt, and he is on Magic Johnson right now. Double team on Magic, leaving Cooper wide open. Loose ball into the hands of the Lakers, and once again, let's see if that's the call. Green fired it off the Celtics. That's twice they've done that in the 2nd half. They have 23 seconds on the clock.
Well, remarkably, Boston's got it down to 12 points. You get it down to 10, it could be a heck of a 4th quarter.
And the Celtics, who are already in the penalty, committing the foul. Darren Day with the personal foul, and Magic Johnson will go to the line. So Magic Johnson, who's the MVP this year, broke a 3-year hold by Larry Bird. They were personal rivals. Now they're friendly, even though they're still rivals, and basically a couple of Midwestern guys who are 6'9", who are close to their families, even though one plays in glittery L.A. and the other one up in Boston.
Pat Riley says, I love L.A., smog and all.
Looking for Larry Bird. The Celtics meal ticket has hit 10 in a row right now. Danny Ainge with 7 on the clock. He's been pretty hot, not that time. Johnson the rebound. A 14-point Laker lead. Nearly a minute remaining in the third period.
With this group in there, however, for Boston, they're defending the fast break of the Lakers much better.
Magic with a pick and roll to Worthy. What great acrobatics that James Worthy exhibits when he's in the air around the hoop. He doesn't even have to see the hoop. Under a minute remaining in the third period, and the Lakers stretching their lead again. Bird, and Bird penetrated and forced Cooper inside.
He'll take Cooper in most of the time because he feels he can get a shot off over Cooper in close to the hoop anytime he wants.
Larry Bird has 32 points and has hit 11 in a row. Worthy from Magic, and that combination has worked to perfection all night. And Worthy with 31, and Magic with 29, 60 between those two.
What a bullet pass he delivered to James Worthy, Magic Johnson.
101-85, and it was just a moment ago, and the Celtics had cut the lead to 12. 3 on the shot clock. Fred Roberts. Front rims with 3 seconds to go. Worthy almost. But the Lakers are over 100 after 3 with the score 101-85. We'll return to Game 1 of the 1987 NBA Finals from the Forum after this word from your local station. This is Game 1 of the 1987 NBA Finals on CBS. Games 1 and 2 here at the Forum in Inglewood. And the Lakers moved out to a smart 9-0 lead and have been winning big ever since. So far, the story has been the fast break by the Lakers. Slowed down a bit in the third period, but they made it count in the first 2. Larry Bird trying to keep the Celtics with a shot. He's made 11 in a row, and in a great all-round game by James Worthy. Kareem back in the game for L.A.
And Sam Vinson in for the Boston Celtics, along with Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish.
They are fresh, McHale and Parrish, and it's now or never for the Celtics to really kind of eat in if they can.
I think Sam Vinson is in there to try and create some pace for Boston, even with the slower big guys of the Celtics on the court.
Michael Cooper committing his 3rd personal foul. Michael Thompson is into the ball game, replacing Scott. So with Kareem in the lineup with Michael Thompson, Thompson plays the power forward position, and good size for L.A. against Parrish and McHale. Celtics hit 68% from the field in the third period, but were outscored by a point. That's pretty discouraging. Bird finally missed after 11 in a row, and Magic misses 2. He doesn't have to follow suit all the time.
No.
Vincent guarded by Cooper. 101-85. The biggest lead was 21 on a couple of occasions by the Lakers. Bird pulls up against Worthy. And McHale looking for the rebound, and a loose ball foul is called against the Celtics.
A beautiful pick and roll by James Worthy and Magic. 2 of the Celtics go on Magic. They leave Worthy to head to the hoop, and Magic delivers the easy 2. I'm telling you, Magic reads defenses. Bird reads defenses. They had a 2 pass.
Kareem, shot blocked by McHale. McHale scored 9 of his 11 points in the first period, and Parrish 9 of his 15 in the first. And Parrish is fouled. James Worthy, that would be his first personal foul. So, Tommy, McHale and Parrish, not 100%, as we've chronicled before, had their best outing in the first period and have really slowed down off the boards and scoring since then.
But they hurt them very much on defense, McHale and Parrish. They weren't able to get back. They're not that fast to begin with against a very fast team. And Boston has to delay the ball up to allow them to get back. Give them time to get back. They can't run a 100-yard dash all the time.
Parrish has only 3 rebounds.
Another big factor, of course.
Only 1 point has been scored thus far in the fourth period. Nearly a minute and a half has elapsed. James Worthy. Parrish clears the rebound. McHale low post, doubled with Michael Thompson and Kareem, and hits the shot. And of course, he'd be doing a lot more of that if he didn't have that stress fracture.
And he got great low post position, the sweet spot. Thompson didn't work him out of there.
101-88. Kareem. And it's still Lakers ball. John McEnroe back in L.A. after being ousted from the French Open. So from Paris to L.A. and watching the Lakers try to win a title. Their fifth since they moved to L.A. Worthy looking for Michael Thompson. And Worthy has a shot blocked, and the 24-second clock expires. Good teamwork by Vincent outside and McHale inside on it.
Sam Vincent made a heck of a team defensive move to get in and get at Worthy's shot.
And the Celtics still lingering, you might say, down by 13 with plenty of time in Marina Del Rey. And the Celtics hope that they're not about to see their sunset. They're down by 13, and if you want to know where the points have come from, take a look.
Well, Pat Riley said the Celtics have not played in their conference as versatile a team as we are, and you can see from that point distribution, the Lakers can get them in several different ways. Fast break inside and outside.
So the Celtics trying to cut it to 11 at least here. It's been a long time since they've gotten this close. Nearly threw it away, Bird. He is surrounded by three Lakers. Misses the shot. Kareem had it. And now the Lakers. By the way, Kareem has not had a basket since the first period of the game. Michael Thompson.
Magic Johnson is the premier middleman on fast break basketball. He can make the back line of defenses move, and he knows how to take advantage of it.
And illegal defense called against the Lakers.
Here comes Magic at Larry Bird. Now he gets into the defense, and Dennis Johnson has to look and adjust, and Thompson just slid behind DJ, and Magic said that's two for sure.
Each team now hit with an illegal defense call. Vincent working against Cooper. 9 minutes remaining in the fourth period. McHale pass over his head, and another turnover, and here come the Lakers again. This is the same lead they had at halftime, 15. Kareem still can't score after the first period barrage. Vincent. Dennis Johnson tries to get it into Parrish, and McHale is there. Kevin McHale now with 15 points. He had 9 of those in the first period. 13 now. Half-court offense for both sides. And now an illegal defense, technical foul charged against the Celtics. Sam Vincent, the guilty party. Back in for the Celtics, and Byron Scott comes in for the Lakers.
As Sam Vincent to the left of your screen, guarding nobody, well below the foul line and into the lane for more than the 2.9 count.
Worthy going out. He has scored 31 points. 15 of those in the second period. There's the Cooper loop. The alley-oop to Michael Cooper. They've taken that out of the mothballs for this series.
They're throwing the whole playbook at Boston.
And the lead is 16. The Celtics had it down to 13. 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Parrish. The rebound by Michael Thompson, who blocks out McHale. Open at the other side. Byron Scott. Bullseye. And K.C. Jones wants a timeout. The Lakers awake again. Doesn't take long. Back at the Forum in Inglewood, Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn. They're singing and dancing again as the Lakers have stretched their lead to 108-90. And right now, let's check in with Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Dick, thank you. You know, when you sit in the front row at Laker games, you pay for it. It's about $175 a game. is Joe Smith, who's chairman of the board of Capitol Records. How much do you spend a year on seats? You got 4 of them here in the front row.
Cost me about $40,000 a year.
40,000.
40,000. I worked hard. I made the money. What better way to spend it? I don't do crazy things. I don't gamble. I don't use drugs. And I love the game of basketball. I give these seats to nobody. They're mine forever.
This is the man responsible for the Beatles CDs. You sell any of those Beatles CDs?
Sgt. Pepper and the Lakers are big, big winners tonight.
40 grand. Let's go back to Dick.
And you know, Tommy, he buys those things to see what the Lakers may be pulling off here, possibly a world title.
You know, Joe Smith was a disc jockey up in Boston, and he used to be a Celtic fan. I know him from years ago when I was a player.
Seats in Boston Garden don't cost $40,000.
Didn't need $40,000 to buy a seat in the Boston Garden.
Cooper is all over Bird. Big challenge for Michael Cooper. Voted the best defensive player in the league. McHale setting a screen for Vincent. And a tough shot over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Here come the Lakers. Magic seeing the floor. They have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kareem out of bounds. Michael Thompson was supposed to go to the hoop on that one, and it's the Celtics on the turnover as James Worthy is back in the ball game. But the Lakers have a big command in the rebounding department.
Here's that chance right now for the Lakers to really pop it to more than 18 points. But James Worthy on the wing in the fast break.
Magic Johnson sitting down. He has scored 29 points, 13 assists tonight. Michael Thompson picks off the pass from Danny Ainge.
A forced pass by Danny Ainge.
Roberts is guarding Worthy. Inside to Kareem. Right now, the Lakers have withstood the big storm by the Celtics, it appears, and now they can toy with the defending champion. Kareem, who blocked Vincent's shot. 4 blocks by Kareem. Worthy. (112-90). We have more than halfway remaining in this 4th period, and the Lakers have established their biggest lead of the game. Fred Roberts foul going to the hoop. A 22-point lead now for the Lakers, and they put on the steam, Tommy, after the Celtics cut it to 13.
Here's a big play for the Lakers right now. Vincent gets penetration, but Kareem is right there, picks it off, and boy, did they just outlet it and get it up. And they're immediately on the attack, and Fred Roberts takes an elbow right in the face, but look at who's there again. James Worthy with the jet shoes.
Connor Henry, the young man who Brent talked about at the top of the program, as a contrast to the 40-year-old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, has come in the ball game. And Greg Kite, who has not seen any action so far, also making his first appearance. Kurt Rambis comes in for Michael Thompson. McHale goes out. Dennis Johnson and Parrish on the bench, and Ainge on the bench, and this is concession time for the Boston Celtics.
Dick, Celtics got blown out in another series against the Lakers, and they withstood that and came back. But I'll tell you, a blowout right now is making a big statement to the Celtics, because they know that the Lakers are capable of doing that to them every game with that speed.
5 on the shot clock. Byron Scott with 14 points. He's come back from an off year to have his best season.
Now you know why the Lakers had that best won-and-loss record in the league.
Third misses, Rambis clear. Lakers at 65 wins. It's the first time they had the best record in a decade. Cooper misses the jumper. 114-91. Bird is still in there, of course. You have to violently take him out of there. Vincent loses the ball to Cooper.
Casey Jones ought to take him by the jersey and sit Larry Bird down. And the next time out, not let him play anymore.
Cooper for 3. there's Scott, who saves it into the hands of Rambis. What a treat for these fans at the Forum. This is the one team they want to beat more than any other team, of course. Cooper from Kareem, and out of the pack is Connor Henry. Vincent, 2-on-1, scores the basket and showed a little bit of his quickness in that sequence.
I think Sam Vincent would have been a much more effective player if he played a lot and if they elected the fast break. Boston really wasn't a fast break team this year. They were a half-court offensive team.
They've been fast break with just the starting five. As great as they were, they might have worn down a lot earlier. Scott. Nearly 4 minutes remaining in the fourth period. And the Lakers putting on a show for their fans in game one of the best of 7.
Well, Bird is such a competitor, and he's not coming out. And I'll bet you Casey Jones they'd have to have a verbal battle before Bird had come out.
That was Connor Henry just inside the three-point line for his first points. He came over from Houston. Kareem's pass hit the bucket, but the Lakers, everything going their way. 3.5 to play. Kareem, foul. Thursday at 9 o'clock, game 2 of this NBA Finals Series, and a hand for Kareem and James Worthy as they leave the game. Worthy scored 33 points, had 9 rebounds and 10 assists.
And he will be, in my opinion, the most difficult man for the Celtics to stop in this series. The next most difficult, I think, will be A.C. Green.
Wes Matthews, who was picked up in October as a free agent. In at point guard now, Byron Scott with a left-handed layup, and Scott has scored 8 points here in the fourth period. Connor Henry goes in and gets the basket. Wes Matthews with the ball, and he played some key minutes in game 3 against Seattle in the series. Really sitting on the bench most of the year.
He used to throw up outside shots like a knuckleball. He's kind of changed a little bit. I was watching him in a pregame workout.
Two-man game, Scott and Michael Thompson for the moment. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rambis, Scott makes the basket in the nick of time. 20 points for Byron Scott. He's hit his last 5. And now the bench is empty. Mike Sprett. Game 1 after the layoff that the Lakers had. It was 9-0 early. This has been a scintillating display of fast break and exciting opportunistic basketball by the Lakers.
And the pace element never even came into play, where you count on the big guys breaking down. They just plain out quicked them up the court, and there's no substitute for speed, and Casey Jones is going to have to do a lot of X and O to stop that speed advantage.
Is it a matter of any strategic answer to this? Because it just may be that the Lakers have the athletes and the speed and the health and all of that to win this.
And the knowledge and the experience of using that speed. That's what's so important. They are not going to be forced out of this type of game. It's going to take excellent defense to even come close to forcing out of this style of play.
That's Sam Vincent.
He may play a role in this thing as the series progresses too. But the real big guys, I think Casey Jones got to make up his mind that perhaps he's going to have to play a Fred Roberts or somebody like that a little more as an extra help defender to stop that at least 3-man attack.
What about the points if McHale and Parrish can't give it to him?
Well, he's going to have to make a decision.
The rebound by Connor Henry. Here's Day filling the lane, and Day going up, and they're going to count that as the basket goaltending. So the Celtics really fast breaking for the only time tonight with the unit they have on there.
Well, this is a fast break unit. These are the young legs. They're not good inside people. They know how to run.
Vincent steals the ball away from Wes Matthews. 2 minutes to go in the game, and the foul on Wes Matthews. Well, this will be only the second time that Casey Jones has lost game 1 of a playoff series as Celtic coach. He had won 14 of 15 game 1s before this one. And right now, while we have a moment to look at Casey, you know, he attended the funeral of his mother Eula in San Francisco last week and missed game 6 of the Pistons series. And they have established a scholarship aid minority student athlete fund called the Eula Jones Memorial Scholarship at the University of San Francisco, the school where Casey Jones attended. And that's how Casey Jones got his chance to play college ball. So a scholarship has been established in the memory of Eula Jones.
You know, Casey is an awfully big man. He told Dennis Johnson to commit that foul. You know, that foolish foul in the last couple of seconds against the Pistons. He went over immediately after the game, apologized for DJ for making him do it, and then admitted it to the press. Now, that's a big people. Not many coaches do stuff like that.
Well, he's a big person, and he's a class gentleman, and he's been that way all the time. And there have been many years when Casey Jones couldn't get an interview or the phone call returned after he had his chance to be a head coach. And he's been an outstanding coach with these Celtics, and the players like him very well. And Pat Riley told us yesterday, he says, you know, you just simply can't win the title every year.
Well, it's getting tougher and tougher, as been evidenced.
We have 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining. And with Connor Henry and Darren Day and Greg Kite, Fred Roberts, and Sam Vincent for the Celtics. Mike Spreck, A.C. Green, Rambis, Wes Matthews, and Adrian Branch for the Lakers. And a loose ball foul. And let's see, it is a loose ball foul, and it's against Kurt Rambis. Rambis, of course, one-time starter with the Lakers and a key figure in past Lakers-Celtic playoffs.
And one of the reasons that I think the Lakers are better this year is that they have turned to speed, and Rambis was a wide body and really didn't give him a 4-man fast break attack. With Green, they do have that. I think Rambis still could give him the same type of rebounding game as A.C. Green, but not that quickness up the court.
Well, you know, we both knew that Pat Riley decided to stock his team with what you call wide bodies to match up against the Celtics, and said, the heck with that, we're going to go back to quickness, even with the 40-year-old Kareem in there.
I'll tell you, and this organization, and Pat Riley in particular, staked their. They didn't panic last year after they lost to the Rockets, and they had to have a real belief that Kareem would be able to help them this year, and Pat Riley caused them from creating panic trades.
Wes Matthews with the basket, 124 to 106. So for the Lakers, this game started out with a bang. It ends with a whimper for the Boston Celtics, who will be trailing 1-0. With under a minute to go. Larry Bird scored 32. Parrish had 16 and McHale 15. The guards just didn't come through for the Celtics. Adrian Branch with the air ball, and Mike Spreck, the former Chicago Bull. He's a wide body, wouldn't you call him that?
Spreck? He sure is, but I think he's going to be a good player.
Connor Henry with the drive, and Connor Henry scoring 8 points off the bench. Worthy with 33, Magic with 29, and Scott with 20 are the leading scorers for the Lakers. That's Adrian Branch, former University of Maryland. Lakers can relax here. They were up by 9 after one period, 15 at the half, 16 after 3. Darren Day with the basket.
This is a statement game by the Lakers, and Casey Jones will have to look at it and he'll have to say, you know, my worst fears came true. I really don't know how I'm going to find the answers to stop this speed. I didn't think it would perhaps be as potent as it is, but it's terrible.
The Lakers in a big one, 126 to 113. Right now, let's go to Pat O'Brien, who's with James Worthy. Pat?
Thank you very much, James. Congratulations. Did you make a statement tonight? What are you telling the Celtics?
Well, the only statement I think we're making is to ourselves. We know that we have to stay honed in to this series. We can't take any games for granted. You know, game 2 is going to be crucial, and I think that's the experience that we're showing this year.
Doesn't look like anybody can stay with you guys tonight anyway.
Well, we're focused. We really are. More focused than we've been since I've been here in 5 years, and it's a total collective team effort of concentration, and I think that's what we're going to have to sustain throughout the series.
All right, thank you, James. See you Thursday night. And so the Lakers make a statement at the Forum in Inglewood, California. They beat the Celtics 126-113. Brent is next.
Hubie, I must say that the Los Angeles Lakers looked every bit of awesome here tonight.
Well, I think the Celtics' inability to play them off the dribble, whether it was in the open floor or in a half-court offense, you know, jumps right out at you. Their dominance of the board play by the Lakers was quite surprising. And then I think their total unselfishness, the way they distribute the ball whenever the Celtics would double team, was beautiful.
Billy, what about the regrouping process for K.C. Jones and the Celtics?
Well, number one, he's the one that's got to make the adjustments. I think, though, don't be disalarmed. It's one game, and that's all it is. And it won't mean anything. The Celtics will walk out of that locker room feeling that, hey, it's one. They still have to win 3 more, and they'll come back. They're going to have to do, like Hubie said, they're going to have to do a better job, possibly taking one person off the offensive boards and having 3 back to contain that fast break of the Lakers.
Hubie and Billy, nice to have you with us here this evening. And right now, let's go back to Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Brent, thank you. With K.C. Jones outside the locker room, what are you going to do for Thursday? Simple question.
Well, for Thursday, I think I'll spend a couple hours tomorrow morning watching the films of this game and see how much they ran on us and see how well we did on the offensive end. But actually, this was like one of those scrimmages in Santa Barbara, and they just blew us out of the game. That's pure and simply what it was.
What can you do about James Worthy, Casey?
Well, not much. Is you can't guard him one-on-one. You have to come down and get some help, and when you do that, then they pop it out. There's magic with the outside shot, or they're swinging around the horn to Scott for a three-pointer, but you have to get help on the guy.
Two-part question. How did you come out of this injury-wise, physically and mentally? To start physically.
Physically, we came out very well. I don't think anyone got hurt, except our feelings, and we'll work on that tomorrow.
All right, Casey, thank you. See you Thursday night. And so the Celtics will go back to the drawing board, and we'll be back with more as the 1987 NBA Finals continue on CBS after this.
Here in Southern California, and the Lakers have won by 13 points. Take a quick look at their box score. What kind of a night did James Worthy have? Well, you know about the points, 9 rebounds, and how about the 10 assists? Magic Johnson with 29 points and 8 rebounds. For the Boston Celtics, one man stood out all night on offense, and that was Larry Bird. He wound up with 32 points, and he also contributed 5 assists. So we'll have a final word from the Forum in Inglewood when we continue here on CBS in just a moment.